Hello everyone. Today we shall start chapter number 6. This is introduction and this is lines and angles. In introduction chapter you can see that in chapter 5 we have studied that a minimum of 2 points are required to draw a line. We know all these things. Now we are going to the special topics regarding this one. The basic terms and definitions. First one is line segment. Recall that a part or portion of a line with two ends is called a line segment. We already studied that line segment can be represented in this way. In this way, this is a line segment with two endpoints A and B. There will be no arrow sign. That means this is a line segment, right? And a part of a line with one endpoint is called a ray, and a ray can be represented in this way. Part of a line, this is a line, that is AB, and this is only one endpoint, that is a ray, right? Note that the line segment AB is denoted by AB, and there will be a line segment symbol. In case of a ray, it is AB, and there is a symbol of ray, right? In this way, right? The ray AB is denoted by AB and the line is denoted by, if you want to denote a line has two arrows on both ends AB, and it can be represented as AB, and it will be represented in this way. Here will be arrow and here there will be arrow, right? However, we will not use these symbols and will denote the line segment AB, ray AB, length AB and line AB by the same symbol, right? The meaning will be clear from the context. Sometimes small letters A, L, M, N, etc. will be used to denote lines, right? Now you see what is collinear points. You can see here, if three or more points lie on the same line, they are called collinear points. Otherwise, they are called non-collinear points. That means three or more points lie on the same line. What is the meaning? The meaning is this one, that there are 3 points 1, 2 and 3. If they are represented by A, B and C, and these lie on the same line, you see this is a line, all the 3 points lie on the same line, then these ABC are called collinear points. Otherwise they are non-collinear. Non-collinear means, suppose this is a line, right? There are 2 points on the line A and C, but point B is here, then we can say it as non-collinear points, right? Now the third one is, recall that an angle is formed when two rays originate from the same end point, right? Angle can be represented in this way. You see here there should be two ray, ray 1, this is ray 2, right? And we name it as ABC, AB and C. An angle is formed when two rays originate from the same endpoint. The same endpoint originate from this B to A or B to C. The rays making an angle are called arms of the angle. This is BA and BC are called the arms of the angle, and the endpoint is called the vertex of the angle, and B is called the vertex of this angle. If you want to represent this angle, then we can represent it by angle ABC, or it can be also represented as just simply angle B, right? In this way you can represent all these things. If we study different types of angles such as acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle, straight angle and reflex angle in earlier classes. These I am not going to discuss further, right? Now we see the other things. You see here, this is acute angle, that is less than 90 degree. Greater than 0 but less than 90 degree, and right angle is y is equal to 90 degree. Obtuse angle, that z is equal to greater than 90 but less than 180 degree. Straight angle, we know that it is 180 degree. A reflex angle is t is greater than 180 degree but less than 360. These are the different types of angles, right? Now all these definitions. An acute angle measures between 0 and 90 degree, whereas a right angle is exactly equal to 90 degree. An angle greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree is called an obtuse angle. Also, recall that a straight angle is equal to 180 degree. An angle which is greater than 180 degree but less than 360 degree is called a reflex angle. Further, two angles whose sum is 90 degree are called complementary angles, and two angles whose sum is 180 degree are called supplementary angles. So you know all these things, right? You've also studied about adjacent angles in the earlier classes. Two angles are adjacent if they have a common vertex, a common arm, and their non-common arms are on different sides of the common arm. This is the common arm, and these are the different non-common arms, right? And B is the common vertex. Then it can be said to be as adjacent angles. Now this angle, angle ABD, and angle DBC are adjacent angles, right? We know all these things. Now linear pair of angles. In the non-common, see here you see this is linear pair. Linear pair means this one, AB, angle ABD plus angle DBC is equal to angle 180 degree, right? If non-common arms BA and BC in figure 6.2, this one 6.2, in this figure 6.2 form a line, and it look like 6 in exercise 6.3. In this case, angle ABD and DBC are called linear pair of angles. That means this angle plus angle ABD plus angle DBC is equal to 180 degree. Then it is called a linear pair. You may also recall the vertically opposite angles formed when two lines, say AB and CD, intersect each other, say at the point O. There are two pairs of vertically opposite angles. You see, angle AOD is equal to angle BOC, and angle AOC is equal to angle BOD. We know that this is the vertically opposite angles, and they are equal to each other, right? Now the next thing is intersecting lines and non-intersecting lines. This you see, if the two lines cut at a point, it is known as intersecting lines. And non-intersecting lines means they are parallel to each other. Parallel means the distance between the two lines is always constant and they never meet with each other. That is parallel lines, right? Two ways of drawing two lines. Here you see pair of angles. Now this is a linear pair of angles. We already discussed that angle AOC plus angle COB is equal to 180 degree, right? This is a linear pair, right? And the next one what we want to discuss is axiom 6.1. If a ray stands on a line, then the sum of two adjacent angles so formed is 180 degree, right? This we know that. You recall that when the sum of two adjacent angles is 180 degree, then they are called a linear pair of angles. We already discussed this one, right? Now you see the next thing is, you see these are all linear pairs. This one is a linear pair, 125 plus 55, that is 180 degree. That means it is a linear pair. This is non-linear. This is not, yeah, this is not linear pair, right? These are the linear pair, right? Now the next axiom is axiom, this one, that is axiom 6.2. If the sum of two adjacent angles is 180 degree, then the non-common arms of the angles form a line. For the reasons, the two axioms above together is called the linear pair axiom, right? If the sum of two adjacent angles is 180 degree, then the non-common arms of the angles form a line. That is, we know all these things. That is this one. Suppose if you want to discuss this one, this is a linear pair, right? And if the sum of two adjacent angles is 180 degree, this is A, this is B, this is C, right? The sum of two adjacent angles, this angle plus this angle is 180 degree. Then the non-common arms, you see, this is non-common arms, DB and DC form a line. That we know all these things, right? Now axiom theorem 6.1. What is theorem 6.1? You can see here that is theorem 6.1. If two lines intersect each other, then vertically opposite angles are equal. We know all these things. That if two lines intersect, this angle, the angle AOD is equal to angle BOC, and angle AOC is equal to angle BOD. That is vertically opposite angle. This is axiom theorem 6.1. If two lines intersect each other, then the vertically opposite angles are equal, right? You can prove this also, right? Later on we are going to prove all these things, right? First we are going all these to know the different axioms and theorems, right? Now you see these are the different examples given, right? This is example 3. These are different examples and given and solved. Now this is question number 6.1. In the exercise 6.1 we will deal with the next video. Dear friend, this is the introduction for only before the exercise 6.1. Dear friends, if you like this video, please subscribe, like and share. Thank you everybody for watching this video.